This week on That Weekend Tho, we're talking about Liverpool's 3-1 victory over Manchester United at Anfield. A game that was once the most fiercely contested in the Premier League was anything but, as Jose Mourinho, despite saying he was going to try and win the game, started with 5 defenders on the pitch and Paul Pogba and Juan Mata on the bench. The Reds were saved by sturdy Swiss super sub Xherdan Shaqiri, who came off the bench to net 2 to give the home side the win. He has now scored 5 goals in the Premier League for Liverpool, 3 of them coming off the bench. To discuss this and so much more, Jules and Sam Homewood are with me today. Jules, let's start with you. Xherdan Shaqiri, is he the perfect plan B for Liverpool?
Absolutely. He is Liverpool's super sub. He's the man that Jurgen Klopp knows he can call on to bring on fresh legs, to bring on energy. He's a game changer and he offers something completely different. I think you mentioned it already, 3 of his 5 goals in the Premier League this season have come from off the bench. So the fact that Liverpool have a man like that they can call on, he is a super sub. He's a perfect plan B and he's looking like an absolute bargain now. One of the signings of the summer at 13 million.
Sam, speaking of options off the bench, Mata on the bench, Pogba on the bench, Lukaku, who knows what's happened to him. Where do United go from here?
Hopefully not down. The only way is up, probably. Mata is the player I would have wanted to see more involved, especially yesterday, because he's got a good history at Anfield. But more than that, he offers something to our team that I think we lack without him. Paul Pogba's form hasn't been the best this season, despite his obvious levels of ability. And in a situation where you're struggling, you need to have the players that are going to play really well. And for me, that's Mata. So that's who I would want to see on the pitch. But I'm not the manager.
No,
obviously.
Oh, look at you. You've become philosophical almost.
I'm a deep guy.
Jules, let's talk about Liverpool. Are you now the real favourites?
No, I don't think Liverpool are the favourites to win the title. I think it's still Manchester City. It's kind of strange, really, because Liverpool are top of the league. They've had a record-breaking season, unbeaten in 18 games now, ahead of Manchester City on points. But I don't think Liverpool fans will mind that they're not favourites to win it. I think they quite like the fact they're the underdogs and that City are still the favourites and that they've got them to chase, because it takes the pressure off slightly.
Sam, which of those 2 teams, which are so close to your heart, Manchester City and Liverpool, do you have down as title favourites?
Manchester City. They're the team that won it last season. They've got the experience of winning it in previous seasons. They've got a manager who's won countless trophies across Europe. Liverpool have won many Premier League titles by Christmas, but never by May. I don't think they've won a trophy this decade. Jurgen Klopp has taken them to 3 finals, I think, and lost them all. So until they win something, you can't call them favourites.
We've heard from Sam, we've heard from Jules, now let's hear from you. Thanks as always for all your questions. Sam, we'll start with you. Dennis wants to know, why no Pogba?
I don't know if the manager and the player are seeing eye to eye about each other's roles. I guess that's an issue. But also with Paul Pogba, to get the very best out of him, which we haven't had this season, I think he needs maybe an arm around him and he needs the team to fit his style of play. And at the moment, I'm not sure those things are in place.
Jules, do you want to see more Pogba?
He's not playing very well at the moment, and it's been quite surprising because I think we were expecting so much off the back of what was a brilliant World Cup for him. But yeah, he's not on form at the moment, and I think I agree with Sam. I think he needs a manager to put an arm around him, to love him and kind of make him the focal point in the team, and that's not happening now.
Yeah, if you want love, respect and comfort, Jose Mourinho's your man, isn't he? Jules, Alisson or De Gea? That's from Luke.
On current form, Luke, I would go with Alisson right now. Liverpool have kept 10 clean sheets in the Premier League. They've only conceded 7 goals. David De Gea and Manchester United have already conceded 29, which is more than they conceded by the end of the season last year. I think David De Gea is a brilliant goalkeeper, but this season, and ever since the World Cup as well, he's just not looked at his best.
I learned many years ago that you can't reason with delusion. De Gea has been consistently the best goalkeeper in the world for a couple of seasons, and now that Alisson is at Liverpool, all Liverpool fans think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. There's also Ter Stegen and Jan Oblak. There are lots of wonderful goalkeepers, but De Gea is suffering because of the high standards he's set, that people forget how consistently brilliant he's been.
Sam?
That's it. No point carrying on.
Jordan says, should United concentrate on the Champions League?
I don't know if it's a all your eggs in one basket situation, but I think they should do everything they can to win the Champions League, like they should every season.
Jules, can Liverpool compete on 2 fronts? That's from Jordan as well.
Yeah, I think they can. I think that Jurgen Klopp has added to this squad. There's more depth. We've seen the players he can bring off the bench. The defence has improved incredibly. Van Dijk in the back 4, also Alisson, the goalkeeper as well. Bayern Munich for the first game in the knockouts. It's going to be tough, but this Bayern Munich side aren't the same as the Bayern Munich that we've seen in the past. And I think Liverpool will win that game. Whether they can go all the way in the Champions League, we'll have to wait and see, but I fancy them.
Thanks as always for all of your questions. Now it is time to send Jules and Sam head to head, but something slightly different. Because it's the last show of the year, we have a very special edition of the Pressure Quiz. You're going to take it in turns to answer questions. Jules, you go first. Name the 2 top goal scorers in the Premier League.
Mo Salah and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Correct. Sam, who has the most assists in the Premier League?
Eden Hazard, he's got 9.
Correct. Jules, who has more Twitter followers? Xherdan Shaqiri or Shakira?
Shakira.
Yes, 50.8 million.
Absolutely.
Tips
Them hips
don't lie.
lie.
Sam, who has more Twitter followers? Marcus Mumford or Marcus Rashford?
Oh, I don't know. I suspect that's quite close. I think Shakira was an easy one. I'll go with Marcus Mumford.
Incorrect. Marcus Rashford has a cool 1.4 million.
Yeah, I knew it was...
Jules, who scored more Premier League goals for Liverpool? Emil Heskey or Sadio Mane?
Ooh, Heskey?
Yes, 39 goals to 30. Sam, who has more Premier League clean sheets, David De Gea or Edwin van der Sar?
Van der Sar.
Incorrect, he has 72, David De Gea has 95.
Oh, loads more.
Jules, there are 4 teams in the Nations League finals. Who are they?
England.
Yes.
France.
Incorrect. Sam, how many South Americans are there in the Manchester United squad?
Valencia is 1, and then Fred is 2, and then there's probably one I can't think of, but I've got to answer quite quickly, I suppose. So I'll say 3?
Incorrect, there are 6.
6? Oh, there's Rojo and Romero, there's loads of them.
There's absolutely loads. Jules, it's time for everybody's
That's so
favourite
funny.
moment, the backwards spelling game.
Oh, God.
Spell Fabinho backwards.
O-H-N-I-B-A-F.
Yes. Very good. Sam, spell Herrera backwards.
A-R-R-E.
Incorrect. A-R-E
Oh,
double
God, and
R
that's a double R.
E-H.
This has gone terribly.
Sam,
Yeah.
I'm sad to say that after a tough weekend, you've also lost the pressure quiz.
Well, I am shocked.
Jules, 4 out of 5, another stellar victory for Liverpool. Sam, your misery deepens, only 1 out of 5 for you. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to Jules, thanks to Sam. Have a lovely Christmas.